Hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. I'm Teacher Oakley, and once again, we are going to uh, attempt to do some creative writing with the never-ending story. In this class, the objective is to be able to write good, clean sentences. We're going to look at vocabulary, we're going to look at sentence structure, and we're going to try to create uh, brainstorm ideas to create a sentence. What we do is the students will write one sentence at a time, and I will assist you with the sentence structure and any vocabulary problems, and we will try to attempt to keep some kind of continuity or cohesion within our story. Now, we're going to start off the class by reading a little backstory, but the backstory has almost, well, you'll see. Anyway, more about that later. We're going to give you an example. I'll give you an example of what we've been doing in this class, which I hold frequently. Hello, Heidi.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you. It's very hot today, like summer.
Here too.
Very strange. Yesterday, the weather forecast said it's the highest temperature in this month in history.
Yes, but global warming is not happening. Yeah, right. Okay, all right, anyway, put your air conditioner on and we'll be okay. Hello, Max. Welcome to the class.
Hello, teacher. I'm very happy to be here with you. This is my first class with you, and I'm very happy for this opportunity. And I'm ready to write a lot of sentences.
Great. Great. Put on your creative thinking cap, Max, because anything goes, actually. I got to say that. It is creative writing, so be creative. No worries. Max, where are you from?
I'm from the north of Italy, and in this moment are 7 a.m. in the morning. Is a sunny day because because my sunglasses. And all is fine.
Okay, terrific. Well, welcome to the class. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, hello, Ivan. Ivan, hello.
Teacher.
Hello, how are you?
Fine.
How are you? How are you today?
Pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Okay. Kind of awesome. More or less awesome. Okay. All right, let's get going. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to, just to give you guys an idea, honestly, the story last class pretty much concluded itself. You guys, basically, today, you have free reign. I'm pretty much of the opinion you can start in a whole new story. I don't really care. But let's read a little bit of what we did last class so you guys get an idea of the kind of thing we do here. Heidi, can you do the honors of reading this?
Okay. The next day, Charles went to see Gaia because he thought that she needed a good explanation about his bad behavior. Charles felt really bad and worried, but he knew that he needed to get together with Gaia. Gaia felt really disappointed and sad. She wanted to go away and not think about Charles. She wanted to start a new life. she she really wanted to know new people and spend real and good times with them, and to not think anymore of Charles, who only wanted to drink and dance with different women. He didn't mind that Gaia felt that way about him. Charles understood that he was a selfish person, and he had to learn that he needed to change his attitude to become a happy person with Gaia, who was an excellent woman for him.
Yeah, okay, craziness. Max, can you take over?
Of course. After Gaia saw the situation, she lost her good manners. There is a lot of echoes. Sorry. Perhaps our classmate have to switch her microphone off, please. Charles was looking at her when he wondered, where are her good manners? Because he had never seen her good manners. So while Charles was looking at her, Gaia noticed it and felt disgusted because she completely had lost her feeling toward him. As he didn't realize her feelings, he felt afraid of her killing him. And then he jumped through the house roof onto the back on the enormous golden flying horse, but was cleaving the hair with its wings. The horse lost its bearing and crashes against a bus. And lots of people in the bus were severely injured, and some were shouting. As the horse hit its head heavily, it fell down on the street and died. Apparently, Gaia had telepathically and telekinetically controlled the enormous golden flying horse to hit the bus. Wow.
Wow. Intensely crazy. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. Be creative. Okay. All right. I don't know where it is, but where is it? I don't know. Be careful about air, Max. Couple notes. Pronunciation. Small things. Okay. Crashed has the T sound with the ED ending, past tense. With the S ending, crashed. Right. Makes the T sound. Okay, severely. All right.
Severely.
All right. And another adverb here, heavily.
Heavily.
All right. So you see how crazy this gets? Well, you know what? That's cool. I don't have a problem with that. The idea is to make good sentences. Ivan, can you read our last paragraph here?
Where is my love, Charles?
Teacher, I have to do this or the classmates? I don't understand it.
What? Hang on, Max. Just hold on. Okay. Just hold on for a moment. I'm sorry, Ivan. Please begin again. Beloved, by the way. Beloved. It's 3 syllables because it's an adjective. So we don't have to pronounce it as if it was a past tense verb.
Where is my beloved Charles?
Thanks.
So Gaia. Suddenly, Gaia heard her dog barking next to her and woke up. She was apparently scared because everything was just a dream.
Ah, okay. The classic stupid movie book ending where everything that happens up to that point is just a dream. Okay, what does that mean? That means today, when we start creating our story, you guys have an open-ended ticket to do whatever you want. In fact, if you guys want to start a new story completely, I'm totally okay with that. Or you can choose to use the characters from the last part of the story. Heidi, what do you think?
Yeah. To continue or change the story?
What do you think? What do you want to do? You've been doing these never-ending story classes with me forever.
Yeah, maybe we need
do you wanna do?
to restart from another story because
I think that's great.
it lasts a long time. So.
I think that's a great idea, frankly. I'm with you. All right. Well, thank you. I wanted to kind of leave it up to the students, but thank you, Heidi. I'm with you on that. Let's do it. Let's start a new story. Me and you and Max and Ivan. Let's do it. Great. I'm up for this. I'm excited. Let me quickly, Heidi, think about your first opening sentence while I...
No. I already started, so...
Because you're always first in the class. Okay, all right. All right, well, that's nice of you. Let me quickly welcome Matteo to the class. Hello, Matteo. Matteo, sorry. If I'm mispronouncing your name, my apologies. Matteo, testing, 1, 2, 3. If you want to check your microphone, I guess your microphone's not working. I don't know, but just give a shout out. And hi. Okay, you can type. That's obvious. But okay, if you possibly can, it would be great to hear your voice. Just give a shout out, say hello, teacher, so I know that I can talk to you. All right, Heidi's giving it a pass. In fact, if you're not comfortable writing a sentence or you don't have a clue and you want to pass your turn, we're going to take turns. Each student writes a complete sentence and then the next student's turn. Please, in English, technically speaking, you could write a sentence that never ever ended. There are no absolute grammar rules that say you have to end a sentence. If you want to add another phrase and another clause and another clause and another phrase, you virtually, in reality, in English, could write a sentence from starting now until the end of time. But please don't do that. Okay? Please respect your fellow classmates and don't make too ridiculously long a sentence. Thank you. Heidi is giving it a pass because she's right. She usually does start off the class because she's always the first one into class. Max, she's passing it off to you. We're going to start a new story. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, teacher, I have to do it. I have understand good.
Sure.
Okay.
You don't have to. I mean.
Okay. I have. Sorry, teacher. I have to write it down on into the chat box. I have to write it down. Okay. I try.
Speak.
Once.
And I will write. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Let me say this is a story, and then once upon a time.
Well, there you go. Okay.
There was a white dragon.
Okay.
Called White Cloud. And this dragon was in charge to protect the serenity of the women into their houses. Dot.
Period. Okay, in English that's a period. Not
period.
Not
okay.
a dot. All righty. Let's take a look. Okay, I do like Once Upon a Time. It's always a classic way to start a creative story. Okay, and we're going with the past tense, which of course is correct. You're telling a story, so this is a story in the past. Okay, great. There was a white dragon called White Cloud. Notice my use of quotation marks to emphasize that it's a name. Okay, this is good, proper technique. When we name a title of a movie or a book or what have you, if it's a title, then the proper thing to do would be to put it in italics, if that's a possibility. But a proper name might be introduced like this with the quotation marks. Also notice that Max didn't say so, but I took the liberty of adding a comma here because we're adding this connecting conjunction with a new subject noun. So this is one clause, and then we're adding another clause. All right, so just a note about the punctuation. And this dragon was in charge to protect. Max, he was not in charge to protect. I need to change this. Of protecting. You're in charge of sorting the vegetables. You're in charge of keeping the peace. You're in charge of this is classically in English. The collocation with in charge is always of, and it's always going to be followed with gerund. Okay. All right. So you got one of those gerund versus infinitive problems here. And in English, some verbs will always be followed by a gerund. Some verbs are always followed by an infinitive. Some can be either. This phrase here, in charge, always is followed by the preposition of and a gerund. Okay. Was in charge of protecting the serenity of the women. Now, I don't like this preposition either. Into their houses. Why into? Would it be okay, Max, to say just in?
Okay.
Into, all right, as a preposition, expresses, well, as does to, expresses the idea of motion, of transfer. I talk to you, Max. Information is transferring. It's moving from me to you. I go to the store. The idea is transfer. So when we use in or into, in by itself has the idea of inside, but into has the idea of motion, moving from one place to another. Do you see?
Perfect. Completely clear. I have only a question, teacher.
Shoot.
Thanks a lot. In Italian grammar, I can't use a comma and before an and. But in English, I can do this. Well, after white clouds, we have a comma and then and.
Yes. Why? Okay, now that's a good question. You know, if I, okay, the pencil was red, yellow, and blue. Okay, yeah. I don't really need to have a comma. But that's because I'm just using it to list things. That's different. In this case that you see here, what you have here is fanboys. Fanboys are conjunctions, okay? They're subordinators. They start a clause, but they start compound sentence. In a compound sentence, what they do is they join two complete sentences together. So literally, I could, in fact, doop, get rid of this, doop, and make this 2 sentences, right? It would make sense. Once upon a time, there's a white dragon called White Cloud, period. This dragon was in charge of protecting the serenity of the women in their houses. Those are 2 complete, totally correct, no problem, super cool sentences. But because I'm actually joining these 2 together with one of these fanboys, which these are the 7 connecting conjunctions. You can, fanboys is a mnemonic device. It's to help your memory. Okay. It helps me. Hopefully it will you too.
Can you hear to me?
Yes, whoever said that.
Fine. Thank you.
Oh, Mateo.
I try to follow you.
Okay. Great. Mateo, good. Good to hear your voice. Welcome to the class. Okay. To explain, when you're going to join 2 independent clauses, aka also known as 2 complete sentences together, you use these fanboys or connecting conjunctions to do that. When you do that, you must have a comma. You must do it this way. There is no choice, no alternative. All right? So, that's it. Understand?
Perfect.
Max?
Thanks. Perfect. Thanks a lot, teacher.
You're very welcome. Okay. Also, howdy, Ken. Howdy, howdy. Hello, hello.
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get going with our story. We have basically Ken and Mateo, and we've started a brand new story, and this is our very first sentence, courtesy of Max. Ivan, could you do the honors of writing me another sentence, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Shoot. Go ahead.
Hunters from hunters in town. Can I say it or I have to write it?
No. Say it. I'm writing it.
Okay. Hunters, town hunters were searching for lonely women that were left by their husbands because of war, and they were trying to eat them, and I don't know. Trying to. No,
Wait a minute. I'm lost.
Sell them,
I
trying
can't.
to sell them.
Time out. Wait a minute. Give me a chance to catch up with you. I just can't type as fast as you can think.
I'm sorry.
Wait. No, it's okay. I'm sorry. I don't have that much skill. Okay. Hunters in town were searching for lonely women that were left by their husbands because of war.
And these hunters.
Okay, now you're heading into a new sentence. Are you?
These hunters are known. Are known.
Okay. Now wait a second. Okay, you're trying to use it to.
Hunters.
Okay, hang on. English point here. Well, let's learn about this. That, those, these, this. Those are called. These words are called demonstratives, and generally speaking, we can use them in its second clause, but generally speaking, we use them to start another sentence as a reference, kind of working like a pronoun to refer back to something we've talked about previously. This doesn't work in the same sentence. This would have to be a new sentence. Okay. The marbles on the floor were red. These marbles were scattered across the room. That's two sentences. I cannot make that one sentence. That's not going to work. Okay. These demonstratives can't be used like that in the same sentence. In fact, Ivan, I might suggest to you, politely and with all respect, that you've got a complete sentence here. There's no need. There's no need to continue. There's no need to. It's okay. This is a complete thought.
So that's
know.
it. That doesn't make sense to.
Okay. Well, let's look.
To make another sentence.
Well, we're gonna make more sentences, but other people are gonna take turns doing so. But let's check out your sentence.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
Hunters in town were searching for lonely women that were left by their husbands because of war. Actually, I don't see any problem with this sentence at all.
So,
we're good. You're done. Success. You get an A.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay. I just got excited and tried to bring it on.
I'm excited too. No worries, man. All right. Ken, do your worst. Ken?
Okay. Well, for only woman that were left by the husband. Hunter. So he found this woman, this hunter.
Which hunter?
Oh, yeah. One hunter, one of the hunters.
Okay, all right.
One of the hunters found the woman living with a dragon.
Living with the dragon?
Yeah, maybe that is better, probably.
Yeah, because we've already defined the dragon, so we need to use the definitive article, the. We can't just say a dragon, because we already know which dragon. Okay, all right, let's see here. One of the hunters found the woman. Well, now, okay, for the same reason that we have to use the dragon, maybe we can't use the woman, because we don't know what woman. Because before, remember, we used women in general. So here you go. Well, all right, let's learn about articles. It would have to be a woman, because we haven't talked about her yet. See? Well, there you go. Here's a beautiful thing. Here's a mini lesson about articles.
The image says that means this woman living with dragon.
Yeah, except we have not mentioned her yet.
Oh, I see.
Because this is plural up here. The women in their house.
Yeah, women. Okay, right.
For, searching for lonely women. We haven't defined what woman. So because we haven't, when we introduce a new noun in writing, the first time we see this noun, we have to use a or an, obviously. But once we know it, or we have defined it, then we use the definitive article. So there you go. Okay, so, all right. One of the hunters found a woman living with the dragon. Okie doke. Thank you, Ken. Heidi.
I have a question. Why a woman? Because a woman already appeared the first sentence. She's living with a dragon. So maybe.
No, it's not.
No.
Look at the spelling.
No. Before.
Where?
Protecting the women. Okay.
Women, plural. So, cats. When we're talking about countable nouns in general, I love cats. I actually have a cat. Like that. The cat I have is black. You see? So to talk about something in general, you can use plural, countable nouns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about. I love cats. I actually have a cat. The cat's name is Bart Simpson. Okay, like that. Okay? Did I answer your question or did I confuse you?
If the women in their houses, but only one dragon is protecting them.
Yeah. Right. He's in charge of protecting a whole bunch of women. That's the idea. And hunters are searching. Hunters in general are searching for women in general. Okay. One of the hunters found a woman living with the dragon. So this is not mutually exclusive. The dragon protects a lot of women, but apparently he lives with one specifically. Okay. So that's okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, I live with one woman. I call her my wife, but I will protect all the women in the neighborhood if necessary.
Okay.
Okay.
The
Not
hunter
to say that
tried,
they're married, because I'm not sure.
the hunter tried
Okay.
to bring her to her husband's place.
The hunter tried to bring her. I'm sorry?
To her husband's house.
To her husband's house?
Yeah, because they left,
I'm confused.
but because of war, left from the husband. No.
Well, that's implied, yeah, that a bunch of husbands have left. That's why they're not around. I'm totally inferring here. This is my opinion. From what you guys have written, I have inferred that husbands went off to war and this dragon is
The
protecting
hunters
the
were
women.
fighting the women for their husbands. No, because the war was over.
The war is over.
It's my guess.
Okay.
So the hunter found a woman who is
Okay.
living in with dragon.
All right.
So hunters were asked by their husband, to search women. It's my guess.
Okay.
No.
I don't know. I mean, whatever you want. As far as content, I don't care, but
So bring
how to
her
make it
to
clearer.
her husband's house. But
Okay.
dragon stand up between the hunter and the woman and the woman. To fight.
Okay. Okay.
But the dragon stood up. I'm sorry.
That's right. Past tense. Irregular verb. Actually, irregular verb, phrasal verb, stood up. All right. The hunter tried to bring her to her husband's house. Okay. Again, fanboys. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. So I need a comma here because I have another complete sentence or independent clause. However, but dragons are countable, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we know which one, so I have to say, but the dragon stood up between the hunter, who we've already defined, and the woman to fight. Okay. Okay, so a little, as far as continuity, it's just a little bit confusing to me. because we haven't really explained why the woman is living with the dragon, and the fact that. All right, whatever. Okay, I'm a little confused, but okay. Max.
Here I am. And now I explain all the things with the next sentence.
Oh, will you? Okay. All right. Let's hear this miracle.
Okay, I try. No one, don't want to fight. Okay. The problem was that the hunter didn't know that the woman was the chief of the dragon.
Chief?
The chief of the dragon, and not a wife of someone.
Okay.
Sorry, and not the wife, and not the wife of someone. Sorry.
Okay, hang on. Okay. Well, you know what? It would be much more expeditious, a little easier, probably, to just say someone's wife.
Okay.
Okay. A little clearer and less turnaround and logic. Someone's wife. There we go. All right, let's look at this. The problem was, all right, great. Now we're defining the problem. Actually, I like that idea. The hunter didn't, whoops, sorry, oops. Problem was that the hunter didn't know that the woman was the chief of the dragon. Really? No, okay.
Really?
And not, really?
Really? Of course.
And not someone's wife. Okay, that's okay. One little note here for you aspiring wannabe writers of English. For the most part, and generally speaking, in spoken English, the use of contractions like didn't, I'm, I'd, she'd, okay, he's, all these contractions are, I would hardly encourage you to use these in spoken English. It makes it actually easier to understand for English speakers. However, in writing, just as a general rule of thumb, please write full forms. Just do it. That way you will never get in trouble if you're writing a business letter or academic essay or what have you. It is more formal. It is more formal style. Writing is generally is always more formal. Now, on the other hand, if you're writing quotation marks, what somebody said, dialogue, do whatever the heck you want. Honestly, if you want to write the reduced form of how it should actually sound, that's actually good writing style. Okay.
Okay, I have a question.
Shoot.
May I? I used the contract form, the short form, just because I think that in the reality, a man teach it to me that the short form is always a lighter one, and the complete form it's too hard. For example, I'll do a thing, or I will do a thing. I will do. It's very hard. It's real or not?
Generally speaking, again, okay, fine. You're writing a Skype message to your best friend, who the heck cares what you do? It doesn't really matter. But generally speaking, in academic or business writing, it's just generally a good habit to get in. You want to write full form. Writing in English, plain and simple, it's more formal. It's supposed to be more formal, actual vocabulary, more formal style, more formal and full form instead of contractions. Spoken English, on the other hand, even the President of the United States giving the State of the Union address would say, "We'll take this country forward." He does not say, "We will take this country forward. We are going to." He says, "We'll take this country forward. We're going to." Even in extremely important and formal occasions, we're going to use contracted forms and reductions. However, when we write full forms.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Okay. Ken. And then the dragon took off his clothes. Sorry.
Okay. There was a chief of dragon, not someone's wife. Was the chief of dragon, not someone's wife? So Hunter fall in love with her.
What? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
How are we going to write that? So?
The hunter.
Okay, just the hunter.
Fell in love with her. Well,
Yeah.
crush on her. That's better because fell in love with, because she maybe kind of Hunter crush on her, or was crushing her. On her. Yeah.
Okay. That's tough. That's tough because I have to explain it. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. How do I explain this to you guys? Okay. Ken is talking about a crush. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is, in English, we normally use this as a noun. He has a crush on her. I've heard it used as a verb. I guess this would, I don't know, come under the auspices of being controversial or strange. He is crushing on her.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard that form before. Of course, this is extremely informal. I've never seen it written, for example. I have never seen this written other than this way. The hunter had a crush on her as a noun form. In spoken English, I've heard that he is crushing on her. To me, it has always sounded very strange. Relatively, because I'm old, I guess, I have never heard that before, like 5 years ago. It's kind of like, well...
Really, but I remember the Jets hit song, 1980s.
What's that?
I got crush on you.
Crush on you.
Uh-huh.
Who is that?
Jets. Oh my gosh.
Hello? Oh, I can't hear. Oh, muted.
Yeah, hello.
Hello?
Yeah, I got it.
Today's class is very strange. Another person blocked me, even though we didn't speak to him, and even he blocked other student, and he logged out. Maybe he want to return here, but he already blocked us. He can't. He called us many times.
Weird.
Weird.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can say. Weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no explanation or I have no idea what to say, Heidi. Honestly. Back to our little controversy with Ken crushing on someone. You know what it is, Ken? You know why it sounds so stupid to me? It's because it's a
Mm-hmm.
it's I figured it out while I was in limbo for a second. Why it sounds so strange to me is because that it to crush or to love, to like, to hate. These are stative verbs. They're not dynamic, like run, stand, sit. Action verbs. They describe a state. I own this pencil. I cannot say I am owning this pencil. I love this pencil. I cannot say I am loving this pencil.
Yeah, kind of slangish or colloquial type English.
Yeah, you
And
can't
loving,
use. Yeah, you can't use continuous tenses with these stative forms,
Mm-hmm.
with these stative verbs. So that's why it sounds so strange to me to say somebody is crushing on somebody. And please don't get your English grammar from song lyrics.
But it's a kind of free writing novel, so sometimes also use
Okay.
the language by in accordance with the feeling or slang.
Oh.
So that's a
Ken's
difficult
gonna.
part of reading literature, actually. It's very
Okay,
complicated.
Ken's gonna pull out his poetic license. He's okay. Pull over, Ken. Pull over. Woo! Show me your poetic license and registration, please. I'll need proof of insurance, writer's insurance, please. Okay, all right.
So, but anyway, my arguing point is, the slang
That's
used
cool.
since 1980s because I heard the slang, the
Okay.
song from Jets.
Okay, all right. No, okay. No, I'm going to give that to you. I actually like that you said that. That's very cool. You're right. If you're creative writing poetry, song lyrics, what have you, you have a little bit of poetic license. You can do creative things. Well, that's the whole point. So, okay, Ken, I bow down before your
I want to
reasoning.
know, if you write the same meaning, I'm curious about how do you write because I want to get
I
the
don't
native
know.
speaker sense as well.
Okay, well, you have a point. I mean, see, I don't know how to write it, honestly. I don't know how to do it correctly. Quite honestly, the hunter was crushing, I guess. Did not know that. Okay, wait a minute. The problem was that the hunter did not know that the woman was the chief of the dragon, not someone's wife. Okay, so how do you want to say this, Ken? Help me out here. Crushing on is the only way I've actually heard it before.
On her? Crushing on her? But maybe fell in love with her is better, maybe.
Well, it's a lot easier on my brain.
Okay.
But of course, it's the other problem that I have here is it seems like the hunter just met this person. He doesn't even know what the situation is, that she's the chief of a dragon or whatever. So is there any way we could express that at the time he fell in love with her? Instantly?
Yeah,
Okay.
instantly. Yes,
Oh, well, instantly. Well, there, I guess I just said it, didn't I? The hunter fell in love with her. Okay, here's how we do this, actually, in English. Let me teach you a little English. Why not? That's what we're here for. The hunter fell in love with her at first sight. Classic.
Yeah, right.
Classic collocation, classic expression. All right? There. Whew, that was rough. Okay, Heidi? My goodness, help us out.
As the hunter, as the hunter, as the
Sorry?
as the hunter, no, as the hunter,
Other.
as the hunter.
Okay, maybe I'm going deaf. Are you saying
No,
other?
no. As. A-S.
Oh, as the. Okay.
The
Okay.
hunter was scared of the dragon, comma,
Yes, good.
he shot it.
Hi, baby.
Dragon it. He shot it.
You shut what?
Shot the dragon.
Oh, shot.
Yeah, shot. With his machine gun.
Okay. I have no respect for hunters who use machine guns, frankly. That doesn't leave a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to kill the dragon because this story
Alright.
tastes the same as the former. I don't like it. I already what?
You know, if you hunt with a machine gun, you're gonna bite a lot of bullets when you eat a steak. Okay, dragon steak. Yum. Okay, here we are, Max. Guns a-blazing. What are we gonna do now?
Okay.
All right.
But the dragon was immortal. I love so much the dragons. But the dragon was immortal. And
Okay.
then teacher, I can use he for a dragon, for an animal.
He or she. Sure.
Okay? Because I don't want to use it. I prefer he. But the
Okay.
dragon was immortal. And then he used his fire to burn completely and kill the hunter. Sorry, I said completely.
Yeah, I can't spell. Or I have big fat fingers, Max. They kind of do what they want on the keyboard sometimes. Okay, and kill the hunter. Okay, wait a minute. Now, here, I have to say, be very careful. Let's go back to our fanboys for a minute. Be very careful about using these connectives to start a sentence. Yes, it's possible, and yes, you can do it. But basically, when you do it, remember these are all subordinators. They're subordinators because they start a clause. You have connective subordinators that connect two sentences together. These fanboys are connective subordinators. And then you have, of course, really hundreds of other subordinators like while and when and if, unless, during. I mean, there's just actually, honestly, total, whatever. There's really hundreds and hundreds of them that start dependent clauses. Now, the thing is, if you're going to start a sentence, it's possible. One rule of thumb, just in general, my advice, this is totally my opinion, okay, this is not rules, but my advice is if you can create the sentence without using one of these connective subordinators and it makes sense, then don't use it. Because it's a dangerous move, grammatically speaking. You're flirting with creating incomplete phrases. Anyway, okay. Now you can do it, but the dragon was immortal, comma.
Okay, perhaps it's better to cancel but and instead of it to put, for example, anyway.
Well, how about this? Instead, not anyway. I don't think that's an adequate subordinator. Anyway, well, we use that in speech. It would be okay. Anyway, the dragon was immortal. Okay. How about
Okay.
however? How's that grab you? However, it
Okay.
serves the same purpose as but. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about it. However, the dragon was immortal. And then I think then here is unnecessary because it's quite obvious that we're talking about a sequence of events. It's a little redundant. It's not necessary. And it's obvious after it happens after the machine gunning. Machine gunning. Okay.
From an action to a reaction.
You're right. And he used his fire to burn completely and kill the hunter. What do you mean burn completely? Burn the hunter? Completely?
Yes, of course, completely.
Okay, well, here, let me help you out. You want this verb, you want this adverb, rather, to act on the verb. So, here we go. Put it in front of the verb. Okay. Okay, he scared... completely burn. This is much better and much clearer. You can't go wrong if you want the adverb to modify the verb, put it right in front of the verb, directly in front of the verb. That's never wrong. Sometimes it is possible to move it around within the sentence structure, but frankly, sometimes it will entirely change the meaning of the sentence, and why do it? In English, sometimes there are things that you do that are always right. You have other options, but what is the point? Because those options are, grammatically speaking, or as far as content, they are somewhat dangerous. All right, so there we go. He uses fire to completely burn and kill the hunter. Okay. Terrific. All right. Okay, we've got a lot of work done here. Lots of death and dismemberment and horrible, horrible things. That's wonderful. Okay, Ken?
Okay, and women cried because she claimed the dragon.
Slow down. What?
She claimed or complained the dragon.
Women cried, she complained?
Yeah,
Sorry,
complained.
that's banana monkey purple sock. I have no idea what these are just words.
And you are here for serenity, but what did you do? Was just killing.
Oh, do you want to make quotes? Are you trying to do dialogue?
Yeah, she said. Maybe she
Ah.
said. She
Okay,
said.
okay.
Yeah, she
All right,
cried.
so not women. Okay,
Yeah,
the
woman.
woman.
The
The
woman.
woman.
Yeah, the woman.
Okay, all right. The woman cried. Now you want quotes.
Mhm.
You gotta tell me these things. I'm not a mind reader. Okay.
And
The woman cried.
She said, "You are here for keeping serenity." Not
All right.
killing.
Serenity, not killing. Do I need a comma there? Okay. Okay. Can I? Oh, I'm sorry. I took the liberty of adding an exclamation point.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
That's nice. Okay. You're here for keeping serenity, not killing. Oh, okay. Now I get the idea. All right. You know what else? You know what other idea I have? And that is the idea that we're out of time. Perhaps next week we can come back to White Cloud and the hunter and the woman. But for now, I have to bid you adieu. Au revoir. And goodbye.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Bye.
Bye, teacher. Thanks a lot.
Okay, Max, Ken, see you guys.